Good evening, folks, or afternoon, depending upon when you're watching this. Another edition of the Sports Report. Gary Patterson and I. We got a lot to talk about, Gary.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, Bill. It's active autumn.
I'll tell you. How about, I've got a couple of potpourris here.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just golf them out there for you to just...
Tee him up.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit.
Boy, a bit?
Yeah, more than a bit, but...
Yeah. Has he...
He'll be okay, I think.
You think?
I think so.
Oh, he's got...
We're going to find out. He's not
Green
going
Bay is
anywhere.
one of the teams that I follow, that I like, going back to the Bart Starr days and all that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't either.
It just looks like a different player out there.
He does. He really does.
Yeah.
Boy, a couple of his passes and some of his choices that he made the last couple of games I've watched.
Yeah.
Yelpin' Yemeni.
I think they were considered to be, a deep playoff team
Yeah,
this
I
year.
thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like either third or fourth
Yeah.
overall. Yeah. He's not playing like it.
No.
No. King Philip, 7-0.
Yeah, it's
football.
pretty impressive, isn't it?
Going into the playoffs.
Yeah, good for them. Wish
Yeah.
them well.
That is really good.
Good stuff.
Now, since, well, not just sports, but finances too, folks.
Okay.
How rich is Rich Hill going to get?
I think he's going to do quite well for himself. He's talking about picking a good year for him to try to max out. There's not a lot to pick from if you're going to go for a starting pitcher. So somebody's going to
when you
overpay him.
consider that, for any of you folks that don't know who Rich Hill is or his history, but he was a relief pitcher that kind of bummed around the majors. He threw sidearm a lot.
Yeah.
Hurt his arm. The Red Sox, and I'm not sure whether he was a Tommy John or not, to be honest with you. I'm not
sure, but it was a
But he was out of baseball.
significant injury, yeah.
Yeah, out of baseball. And the Red Sox signed him out of independent ball.
Yes.
And he wins. He goes 4-0 with the Red Sox. Pitched 4 outstanding games.
Yeah, right at the end of the season.
And the Red Sox, in their wisdom, and by the way, this guy is a terrific team guy, very articulate, very smart guy,
Yep.
a very decent man. I mean, talk about a guy you'd want to sign.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox, well, gee, he's 36 and rah. Well, he had a good year this year.
Yeah, they could have got him for 2 years on an option at less than they're paying Clay Buchholz.
$6 million is what he wanted.
Right.
And that's what he signed with out at Oakland.
Right.
Oakland then traded him to L.A., and he's pitching in the playoffs and pitching well.
Very well. Had a good year, very good year.
A very good
Two good years since he left.
Yeah. And now he's going out at the age of 37 as a much desired free agent.
He did have some injury problems this year, right? Yeah,
he did. I hit a blister.
Blisters, I think. Yeah,
reoccurring blister, yeah. So I'm sure there's some gunk that the doctors will be putting on his fingers to toughen him up. Back in the old days, boxers, going back, way back to the dawn of history, they used to soak their hands in brine to toughen them up.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's something they'll do to work on that.
Off-season thing, yeah.
But now, the Globe columnists are going to drive me crazy. I think that they've gone insane.
Yeah.
But you can't see 3 years, $45 million, can you?
For Hill?
Yeah.
Sure I can.
Yeah. Gary's has gone as insane as the Globe guys.
Well, in the crazy market that's out there, look at what people got paid last year, including, what's the guy's name? Oh, David Price, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I remember him.
So you're talking about paying him half of what David Price got
for
last year for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's not like teams have a lot of other choices. The starting pitching.
Do the Red Sox sign up for this auction?
No, I don't think so.
They
I don't think so.
They'd be too ashamed?
There are some relievers that are going to be available, including that kid Jensen that was pitching for the Dodgers. He's a free agent. So,
the Red Sox
the Dodgers want him back, they'll pay
got
for him.
to add something in the bullpen.
I think they have to add 3 pitchers.
Yeah, I do
a lefty
too.
and 2 righties.
Yeah.
And say goodbye to Zazawa and maybe even Koji. I don't know.
Ah, boy. Yeah. By the way, I have some bad news for you.
Okay.
Pace lost again.
They did. It's a tough fall.
Merrimack bopped them 35-21.
Well, they put some points on the board anyway.
And I lost. That was 2 weeks ago, and I lost last weekend's score. But St. Anselm's murdered them, and I think it was something like 42-7.
Yeah. Bleak.
So our the pace setters are still OFA.
OFA. Yeah. Tough fall.
Yep.
Maybe November will be good to them.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Boston College 20, Syracuse 28.
Yeah. They hung in there. They were competitive.
Well, yes.
In the rain.
Until you looked at the numbers.
Yeah.
Total yardage. Syracuse 532, BC 287.
Wow.
So it was
quite a difference.
A big difference.
Yeah.
The score was a lot tighter than the stats.
Yeah, BC's got a long way to go.
And let me tell you something. It doesn't look like a very friendly road either.
No.
NC State has got a good team this year. Louisville has a powerhouse. Florida State, always tough.
With a new freshman quarterback who looks like the next Jameis Winston. Yeah.
UConn's got a decent team.
Yeah.
Wake Forest. And then I think Steve Adazio will get fired at the end of that.
Yeah, he might.
He's getting 2.5 a year, mil.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's all about recruiting.
Yeah.
And they're just, it's tough for them.
Yeah.
They're in a tough situation to try to recruit.
Yes, they are. But you know what? He's got to find a way to get it done, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that BC will go and lose every game for the rest of the season.
I would say that's true.
And that's it for Steve-O. Good news, the Tigers hired Lloyd McClendon as their hitting coach and Leon Bull Durham as the assistant hitting coach.
Wow. I remember both of those guys playing, yeah.
And Bull Durham, after his playing days was over, was coaching in the minor leagues. We'd get his autograph down to Pawtucket. He was a funny guy. He was a hot ticket. Yeah.
No kidding.
Friendly guy, and raising hell with the kids and just having a good time, you know.
Good for him.
So good to see a good guy do it.
Yeah.
And Steve Buckley's writing for the Herald is really getting pretty weak.
Getting weak.
Yeah, either put him back on the Red Sox as a beat man or can him, one or the other, because this business of him picking and choosing different subjects in different sports, it's not working.
Not working
out.
It's
dreadful.
Yeah.
Dreadful, dreadful. Well, anyway, so now we're down to predictions for the World Series.
You're not allowed to say anything bad about Steve Buckley since he came out of the closet.
I know. But predictions for the World Series.
Yeah. We sit here now, full disclosure, it's one game to none after last night's opening game, win by Cleveland. So
but we're both honorable guys.
So I was a Cubs in 7 guy as a pick.
Yep.
Before the.
And I was a Cubs in 6 guy as a pick. And I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then it comes to who are you picking and who are you rooting for?
Right.
And is that one and the same?
No.
No.
I'm rooting for Cleveland.
Yeah, there's a lot to like over there.
That's exactly right. Hey, Chris, if you're listening to us, could you bring me in a pen?
Yeah.
I need to write some stuff down here. And,
okay.
I
thought I might have neglected.
I checked your pockets out. If you got one, it's undercover.
Should have grabbed one on the way in. Yeah.
But we've got to go over our football games.
Oh, yeah. Did we made picks for last week?
Thank you very much. Yes, we did. I'll tell you what, we both made money last week.
Did we?
Yeah, we did the same thing. 10-5.
We went 10-5
10-5.
against our. Did we really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
By the way, different teams though.
No kidding. Yeah,
I had Kansas City, and I said, I can't. That's 7 points. I got to go with New Orleans, and Kansas City won, but by 6.
Yeah.
You win, I lose. But we'll get to that when we get to football. But matter of fact, let's go to football.
Why not?
Yeah, the Bruins.
'Tis the season.
The Bruins are a tragedy.
They are.
LeGarrette Blount, 24 for 127.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I must admit, I really wasn't. I've never been a big LeGarrette Blount guy, but he's been terrific for the 4 games that Brady was out. I mean, he's right at the top of the league in rushing.
Yeah.
And he looks quicker, lighter and quicker.
He does. Much more athletic.
Than he was last year. Yeah.
Which makes me think he may have been heavier last year than we let on.
I think he was.
And he's probably
he's a big guy.
down to 250 now.
But he looks agile.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him as looking agile.
But he's not a one-man show here. I think you got to talk about Nate Solder, Joe Tooney, David Andrews, and Dante Scarnecchia.
Dante,
Those are the guys that make those 127-yard days for LeGarrette Blount.
And of course, Shaq Mason, who was drafted 2 or 3 years ago, I remember him in that draft because he was considered to be the best run blocker in that draft. And the reason he wasn't a first or early second round pick was his pass blocking. But he was rated as the best run blocker in that draft.
And of course, he had the problem too with the broken hand.
So it's it's a club. It's easier on. On rushing.
It's off now, and but
So they look good. They look almost unstoppable. They're, knock on wood, healthy so far. Overall, they've had their bumps and bruises, but overall,
some scattery notes here.
Okay.
Brandon Bolden.
Yeah.
Another game like that, and it's bye-bye.
Couple of big drops, right? In the Buffalo loss, he dropped that pass at the 3-yard line.
Yeah,
right.
They dropped that swing pass. He walked in for the touchdown, and
he had
he was on special teams, and he stopped breaking his butt going down there hustling. They said he let up, and the ball bounced into the end zone.
Yeah,
looked like it was
playable.
Yeah, looked like it was going to stop, but it kept rolling, and he couldn't get it.
Right.
And I guess he heard about it.
Yeah.
Because when you do things like that.
Well, the reason he's on the team is because he's supposed to do things like that.
That's exactly right. He's supposed to bust his hump. He's maybe out there for 10 plays during the game. Yeah. There's no reason he can't go straight out. And I'm sure he heard all about that.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side of the coin, I'm going to give somebody some real credit, and that is Patrick Chung.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Yeah. That when they made the change and they said, okay, you're shadowing Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Move up. You're on him permanently. I thought that Chung was outstanding. Oh, get 12 tackles?
Yeah, something like that.
And he took Bell away.
Yeah. Really, the last 2 years he's played. When he came back to the Patriots from the Eagles, it was like, okay, he's back. He knows the system. He'll be a role player. He's been much better, I think, than anybody anticipated.
Much better.
He's been better than he was before he left the first time.
Much better. Right? Yeah. He got, it's like he got religion, and he came back and holy moly, he's a different guy. That old song, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
He left the Patriots, went to the Eagles.
Right.
And that was a nightmare down there.
Didn't work out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now he's back, and he's going to be damned if he's going to be sent out of here again.
Now he's a Patriot.
And he's getting paid.
Yeah.
There's 2 things there. By the way, the announcers.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
They're terrible.
Absolutely. Phil Simms.
Done.
Firing squad for him. Yeah. But neither one of them picked up on the fact that Chung was shadowing Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a dullard, for heaven's sakes, compared to them. And I'm sitting there watching it, you know?
And that's Sims. That's supposed to be Sims, right?
Yeah. Oh, is he weak?
Yeah.
He made a couple of terrible
They could do better,
observations.
you would think.
You know, he must have pictures of the president of CBS in a compromising position with terrorists or something.
Tight with the Maris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be it, yeah. By the way, you know, I think we tend to throw the genius label around onto Brother Belichick quite loosely, but he just keeps doing things.
Yeah.
Ken Rowe, number 2 draft choice.
Yeah.
He picks him up for what, a 4 or a 5 or a 4, conditional 4.
Right.
This kid has now taken over from Logan Ryan.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, 73 snaps versus Ryan's 31.
In the last week?
Yeah.
He played 73 snaps?
73 snaps. And it tells you a little story there.
That sure
is
does.
that he's covering his man and they're not throwing at him. I think you know, I liked him from the first time he got on the field.
Right.
He's an athlete. LeGarrette Blount is just one tough runner.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what?
Gonna take
He's
a pounding now.
nothing compared to my boy, Corey Dillon.
Yeah.
And it was like
He's still in the same role, though.
He was it's like
Whether
he
he
was
can
running
do it all year.
downhill all the time.
Yeah. He was great when he was here.
God, he was for a couple of years.
Yep. Perfect
Just
fit.
unstoppable. 1,635 yards he picked up one year. And you know, they said that he was scary off the field, too.
Yeah. He had a reputation. He had a reputation.
Yeah. It's,
Well earned.
yeah. Tough dude.
Yeah.
But no wonder they didn't want to tackle him. I left out in the blocking Solder, Cooney, Andrews, Skarnecchia, and Gronkowski.
Yeah. And throw Bennett in there, too.
Yep.
He's blocked well.
Yep.
The offensive line's been a real pleasant surprise.
Boy, has it ever. But
because-
Skarnecchia is the reason. I'm convinced of it.
Now, that said, they've been outstanding on the running game. You know, they've had some issues on the pass protection.
They have.
They have. Solder got whipped a number of times last week.
The couple of guys in the backfield, and I think White was one that fanned also.
Yeah.
Now, Brady was able to step up, but God, the breeze of the guy going by him might have knocked him over. By the way, talk about excitement. The Seahawks and the Cardinals, 6-6.
Oh my goodness! Did you see the end of that with the missed field goals in
yeah.
overtime? I mean, oh my goodness!
I watched the highlights or lowlights of that.
Yeah.
What an affair! But you know what? It was very fitting because I can't stand either one of the two coaches, and they are just both master underachievers.
Yeah. Well, you know, Arians. About a year ago was being hailed as the next great savior, right?
Yeah.
And talk of how Indy had made another grave mistake by letting him go and keeping Indy's coach, I forget his Pagano.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But Pagano kind of got that too, a little sympathy because of his sickness.
He
there, too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
you know, the thing is, Arizona, I about a year ago, I believed in Arizona too. I don't anymore, and it's because of Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
And in that game the other night, that game was 3-3 at the end of regulation. In the fourth quarter, one of his receivers, he does have receivers out there in Arizona.
Yes, he does.
And it wasn't Fitzgerald, it was one of those fast kids. Anyway, he put a double move on, and he was open. He had 2 steps on the corner going down the sidelines. It was about a 30, 35-yard pass. It wasn't a bomb. It was
an NFL quarterback makes that.
And he missed him. He threw it over his shoulder out of bounds. And it was the game. It was the game. You make that pass, that guy is wide open. Tom Brady puts that ball right into his hands. It was similar to the Gronk play. Yeah. But he was actually more open than Gronk was. He had a good step and a half, 2 steps. And Palmer missed him, just flat out missed him.
What happened with them covering Gronk. Did they get tired of it?
I think they I think they did a pretty good job at that one play. They clearly had a mishap.
Well, he did the same thing. He went down the seam again and picked up 30 yards too a second time, and it was like they were whistling Dixie back there, for heaven's sake.
For a defense to have to think about defending this offense over 60 to 65 to 70 plays, it's hard because
it is.
How do you cover? Who do you cover?
Especially
how do you avoid not having a matchup like that they had? They had a linebacker on Gronk. Yeah. See you later.
Especially when in the second half, because Belichick is the absolute master. At making changes for the second half.
It's tough. So we really haven't even seen them fully kick the whole 2 tight end thing in gear
That's
yet.
right, because Bennett is nursing the ankle. And
right.
Give him a couple more weeks.
It's all conditions go. And I think, I think the wild card that's going to come in another month, maybe 6 weeks, is Dion Lewis. He's back to practice, they're saying. I think they're going to slow roll it on him.
He's got what?
It's been just a year. It's been a year.
Is it 3 games after he starts to practice that they have to?
No, I think they are allowed to bring him back
at any time.
And they have up until I think it's November 15th or something to decide what they're going to do.
Okay.
They either have to activate him or put him on injured reserve for the year.
Because that's a big loss.
And he's coming back. They say he looks good. He had the surgery a year ago, and then when he came back in the spring and was looking good, he did have a problem. He cracked his patella. And they had to put some screws in it. But now they're saying he's okay. They're okaying him to come back to practice.
Beautiful.
So I think they're going to slow roll it. They may have to activate him on the 15th of November to the roster. We may not see him until December.
Yeah, sure. Because they activate him does not mean they have to put him in there.
But have him there for a few games and then have him for the playoffs.
And
if he makes a full recovery, he's another weapon.
Oh, does he ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
It comes in right as that shot in the arm coming down the stretch.
Yeah. Our punt returning isn't exactly making me laugh and fall on the floor.
But, overall, we got guys who know how to do it.
Edelman, they're going to put Edelman back there.
I don't like seeing Edelman back there, but if he has to go back there, he has to go back there.
And just one last thought,
I tell him fair catch most of the time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Unless you can see 30 yards. Fair catch. The other thing, too, when we talk about Arians, throw Chip Kelly into that coaching pile also. Lord almighty. Some of the stuff that's coming out now from some of the guys in Philadelphia that were there or guys that have moved on from Philadelphia about him really gets you shaking your head. I mean, he was just cutting guys, just willy-nilly. No sense to it, just...
Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
And you know what he probably needs to do with Pitino to end up back in college?
Do you know that's where he probably belongs?
Yeah.
How
about Florida?
Florida? Okay.
Something like that.
Sure.
They'll pay him $4 or $5 million a year.
Yeah. BC.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
There's going to be an opening there.
That would be interesting.
Geno Smith gets finally to play. He plays a quarter. And then he's done for the year.
Yeah. Too bad for him.
Yeah. Brian Hoyer. Playing great, sort of.
Yeah.
And breaks his arm and is gone.
Yeah.
Hoyer, this is the best stretch he's ever had.
Yeah. He's a bit of a tease, though.
He is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Gostkowski.
Yeah. Going through a rough stretch.
Now, the wags that know about this stuff say, well, you've got him changed. He's pooching the kickoffs.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
That's throwing his timing off. And do you hear what Belichick said about that? His golfers have to hit 3 irons. They got to hit 9 irons.
Right.
Sand wedges, drivers, putters. He said they managed to do it. Every swing is different with all those clubs. They get by doing it. He said, let's not use that as an excuse.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. Let's not use that as an excuse. He's in a bad spell. I mean,
it wasn't Gostkowski that was. It was the talking heads on radio.
Yeah.
You know, so that bunch of morons.
He just needs to bang a couple long kicks.
Josh Brown.
And then he needs to hit one under pressure, and he'll be fine.
George Brown got in some long kicks on his wife, and he's finally unemployed. Yeah.
Even though he's still being paid for the rest of the year.
Yeah. What a scumbag.
Yeah, total.
I mean,
But, you know, the Giants are accountable here.
Well, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
Mara looked the other way.
Yeah, and now more and more is coming out that they knew exactly what they had in this guy.
And Mara is really soft-soaping this, too.
And knowing that, they extended him.
Yes, they did.
So
they knew exactly what was going on. That guy's life was an open book.
Right.
And but Mara, you know, thought he could use that to his advantage and sign him for a little bit less money. And I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but boy, I'll tell you.
But you won't hear Phil Simms criticizing him for
it.
No.
No. In fact, Phil Simms likes to criticize the Patriots, but. Now, what is it with Vontae's Perfect? Is he going to get a jail-free card or what?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was suspended for the first 3 games of the year for helmet-to-helmet hit.
Yeah.
Now he's fined $75,000 for a low hit on Bennett and a stomp.
Yeah.
But he would have been a 6-game suspension.
Offender.
Yeah.
Repeat offender.
Gets doubled.
Right.
Why didn't they do it? Was it because it was the Patriots?
Well, that's always the conspiracy theory now.
Yeah.
Right?
We like to do that.
That's our default position.
I'll argue with my own logic here just a little bit. I guess they looked at that stomp time and time and time again. It was inconclusive.
Okay.
They didn't really have a good shot of it, and otherwise they would have thrown the book at him.
Yeah.
Well,
but it was called on the field?
No.
Was that what was called on the field?
No. The low hit was called.
The low hit was called on the field.
Bill Belichick trashes his iPad and the iPad system.
Yeah.
He's a classic. Only he can throw around and destroy an iPad and have people talking about it for weeks.
The tablet that they're using, right? It's not actually not an iPad, right? It's something else.
I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, and you know that I'm sure the NFL, like everything else, is getting paid for that.
Oh yes. Well,
and
they
have a deal that they have, with those, and I'm sure those folks aren't happy that Belichick's trashing and saying it's unreliable.
Right. Yeah. Well,
you know.
The NFL is responsible for those machines.
Right.
Yeah, those aren't the Patriots' machines.
No. But I'm telling you, the NFL has a deal with them, and the NFL is being paid
Microsoft.
For those, with Microsoft for those coaches to use that and have those things visible on TV. And look at how wonderful these are. And then you got Bill Belichick, the most notorious coach out there, who says it's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
I'm not using it anymore. I'll go back to old black and white photographs. I'm fine with that. And sure enough, last week, there he is flipping through the black and white like we've seen him do for 15 years.
Oh, God.
So I think there was very much a jab at the NFL there.
Oh, there's no question.
Right. And I'm sure the NFL is, whoever's in charge of that program at the headquarters level, is hearing from Microsoft.
You think he's sweating bullets?
Hey, we're paying money not to have your best coach in the league say our equipment's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But the NFL can answer by saying, well, make the damn thing work.
Yeah.
We can't have our coaches guessing at what's going on the screen or looking at a blank screen. So, oh, boy. Alan,
but I was interested to see if any other coaches
spoke
up on that one.
I didn't see anybody saying anything. No. You don't suppose the league sabotaged the Patriots? Oh.
No, I actually don't. But
I'm losing my mind here.
Yeah.
Alan Branch is doing quite a job in the middle of the line.
He is doing a terrific job.
And I like
Another
Chris.
great signing, acquisition a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I like Chris Long. That's a good signing so
well.
far.
He's played well. He's just got to stay healthy.
Joe Tooney, undrafted.
Step right in.
Brandon King. Barcavius Mingo. I love King and Mingo on special teams, by the way.
Yeah, Mingo has that speed.
Ooh.
I'd like to see him get a little more integrated into the defense.
Well, me too.
Right?
Me too. But he's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It
But
may
he seems
be,
to have the potential to bring that speed off the corner.
We won't see it till next year.
Yeah, maybe not.
They're going to have to coach him, but
hopefully that's not because Jamie Collins is gone.
Well, that's Auburn is a 4.5 point favorite over my Ole Miss.
Yeah, Auburn's on a bit of a roll.
Yeah, but get a load of this: the over/under 63.5.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're expecting some scoring.
I would think so. I'm expecting some scoring.
Yeah, about 32 points apiece.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that's quite a quote.
I think I'd go over on that, quite frankly.
I wouldn't dare bet it.
Yeah.
What if it rains?
Yeah, I mean, with college football in general. I mean,
Yeah,
the points are up.
Oh,
the points are up.
There's no defense being played. Yeah.
But it's more exciting. I'm at the point now where I actually enjoy watching a college game more than
I've been following Ole Miss since 1957.
Wow.
I bought a Sports Illustrated bowl preview in January or December, and Ole Miss's quarterback was Eagle Day.
Eagle Day.
Eagle Day, and they went to the Cotton Bowl, and I think they won. And they had a fullback by the name of Paige Cothran. He went on to be a place kicker for the LA Rams and was probably in the league 10 years.
Huh.
Eagle Day was drafted by the Washington Redskins and was a D-back for 4 or 5 years.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I've followed Ole Miss ever since then.
Yeah. That's interesting for a Yankee to have such interest in Ole Miss.
Yeah, it was just because I picked up a Sports Illustrated. Gambler ad on the radio.
Okay.
I'm on fire. You need to call my 800 number now. You got to get
Guaranteed
rich with
luck.
me. Yep, guaranteed luck.
Guaranteed luck.
It happened Wednesday. No, it happened Monday.
Yeah.
I'm in the car.
I think I heard the same one. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I wrote the 800 number down and I called him. And what you get is canned music.
Okay.
And then about 3 minutes into it, he comes on, and it's a live guy.
It's a live guy.
Yeah. What's your name? Listen, I got some stuff for this weekend coming up. I'm on fire. You're going to be rich. I got to sign you up, and blah, 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 blah. Of course, he wanted me to give him a credit card.
Of course he did.
And $200 for the privilege of betting with him or something, or getting his services or whatever. I said, I'll tell you what, just give me the call. So it was Monday Night Football, and he said, bet the under. And that was it. And he said, now listen, can I call you at this number? I said, look, I'll tell you what. I get your number. I know how to get a hold of you. He said, all right, hung up. It was the Denver game.
Yeah, it went under.
36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went under.
Does this guy know what he's doing? Or?
I don't know.
You got a 50-50 chance of winning.
Yeah. You and I went 10-5 last week, Bill.
Yep, that's right. By the way, do you think at any point in that game that Denver said, boy, I wish we had Brock Osweiler back?
No.
No.
I don't.
No, he's not exactly setting the league on fire.
No, he's not. It's too early to give up on him.
Much too early, and I think there's 70 million reasons why you can't give up on him.
Yeah.
Richard. Go ahead.
But I wouldn't give up on him. What other option do they have?
What other options do you have? You're going to have to pay this guy some portion of that. I mean, he's a big guy. He's got a good arm. I mean, Work it out.
The odds are very good that he will still be there when Bill O'Brien is not.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think Bill O'Brien and
they come and try to recruit
Adazio
Josh.
will be in the same line at the unemployment office.
And they come and they try to recruit Josh to go be their coach, Josh McDaniels.
There you go.
He said, "Come, you got Romeo. Come on back.
Come on back." Cincinnati cornerback Richard Sherman.
Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle Seahawks. Said the public isn't listening to the message NFL players are trying to send with their actions during the national anthem. More videos have come out of guys getting killed, and I think people are still missing the point, Sherman said. The reason these guys are kneeling, the reason we're locking arms is to bring people together, to make people aware that this is not right. It's not right for people to get killed in the street.
Yeah.
Okay, he's absolutely right. But who is killing them? It's not the police.
No, I know. Fans just don't want it in sports.
No.
I think the vast majority of sports fans will acknowledge that there's an issue there. There's a lot of different opinions. There's clearly an issue, but they don't want it in sports. Sports is one of the things that we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff when we have to worry about the other 90% of our life.
Exactly. Do you know that
they just don't want it in there? They're not passing judgment on it. They just don't want it in sports.
Yeah.
Sports is our time to get away from all that crap.
Of the shooting deaths of blacks in this country,
yeah,
80% of them are by other blacks.
I actually think it's higher than that.
Probably is.
I think it's.
I get some statistics from like 4 or 5
the
years
FBI
ago.
stats. Bill O'Reilly talks about this all the time. I think it's over. I think it's like 92.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, whatever it is. Look
at Chicago on an average weekend. That's what it is.
That and the snitching. Okay, how is it honorable to snitch?
Right.
Not snitch. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. You're betraying.
You're going to die if you do that.
That's exactly right. They're scared to death.
You're going to die if you do that, and they find out. It's that simple. They're not going to beat you up. They're going to kill you.
Yeah. Listen, it's very, very violent out there in their neighborhoods, in the inner city ghettos.
Right.
We're not going to solve it by kneeling or disrespecting the flag.
Right.
That is not going to get it done. It's going to have the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Now, I have the box score from the 6-6 Seahawks and the God knows, I had to mail that to Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
look at this. Bill, 10, losses 5. Gary, 10, losses 5.
Wow, we had a good week picking.
We did. So we better do it again.
So we got to do it again for this week coming up.
Tennessee, Thursday night, at home, 3.5 points favorite over Jacksonville.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. Say it's going to be a field goal game. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Okay. Gary, Jax, and Bill, Tennessee. Over across the pond, as it were.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is 3-point favorites over Washington.
I'm going to take Cincinnati.
You know, I am too. Cincinnati has got to be a better team than they showed.
Yeah, I think so. And at some point, they're going to go on a little run and kind of correct themselves so they can collapse late in the season.
So. Yeah. Make a disgrace.
Right. So Marvin Lewis keeps his job year after year after year.
He's not going to keep it much longer. But he can.
We were saying this 5 years ago.
Until there are more black coaches in the league.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis is never going to get fired.
Yeah.
And neither is Mike Tomlin.
His tenure.
Yeah.
At least Tomlin has won a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, but it's not the game management.
Yeah.
When they had took, 28 seconds to get a playoff?
Terrible.
Awful. Atlanta, at home, 3-point favorites over Green Bay.
I am going to go with Green Bay in the aforementioned Aaron Rodgers bouncing back.
I am going to tell you right now, I think Cincinnati is better than they've shown, and Atlanta is sniffing glue. They're not as good as they've shown.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Houston.
So did you take Green Bay too?
I did, yep.
Yeah, huh?
Houston is 2.5-point favorites over Detroit, and Houston is the home team.
Yeah, Detroit's been kind of hot. I don't think they're that good either. I'm going to take Houston to win that game.
Are you really? I'm going to take Detroit.
It's in Houston, you said.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston. If it was in Detroit, I'd go the other way. But
okay, now Seattle, 2.5-point favorites over New Orleans.
In New Orleans?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to take Seattle to pull that one out.
Whoa. Well, after that offensive outpouring last week, I think I'll stick with New Orleans.
Yeah, Seattle has problems right now, offensive line problems, and Russell Wilson has injuries to both legs.
Yeah, he's not mobile any longer. The Patriots are 6.5 over Buffalo at Buff.
Oh, boy. I think the Patriots are going to win the game.
Yeah, I do too.
So I'll lay the points.
Oh, you're going to take Buff?
No, I'll lay those points. Pats by 6.5, you said, right?
Yep.
I'll take it, hopefully.
I'm going to take Pats also.
Yeah.
I think that the preparation for this game is one that Belichick and his brain squad are relishing.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be payback here.
Yeah.
If there's not, we're going to have to re-question how good the Patriots are.
Yeah. But it's up there. It's in Buffalo. Yep. Buffalo has some home field advantages.
Yep. Oh, no question.
You know, I'm glad we're going up there now and not in December. Mm-hmm. So
you're absolutely right. The New York Jets, 4.5 favorites over Cleveland in Cleveland.
I'm going to take the Jets. They need another win to again raise some false hopes down there. Yeah.
I'll go with the Jets also, but I'm going to tell you something. I would never bet one penny on that game.
No, I wouldn't either. I'd do it reluctantly.
Tampa Bay at home, 1.5 over Oakland.
I'll take Oakland on the road.
You know, I'm going to do the same thing.
I think Oakland may end up a playoff team.
Possible.
It's quite possible.
Kansas City on the road, 2.5 favorites over Indianapolis.
I'm going to take Kansas City. I've lost faith in Indy.
I have too, and Kansas City is rounding into form.
They're on the upswing.
Denver at home, 5.5 favorites, San Diego.
San Diego's been playing well. Division game. I'm going to take San Diego to cover that spread.
San Diego. I'm going to take Denver at home.
That 5.5.
Yeah, but they're at home.
Yeah.
That's a tough place to play.
San Diego's been playing well.
Yeah. Carolina favored over Arizona by 3, and it's in Carolina.
I'm going to take Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina cannot possibly be as bad as they look.
Right. They need to win games.
They've got to.
But so does Arizona, quite frankly.
And by the way, if Carolina loses this,
they're
gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. Then we get Sunday night football down in Dallas.
Down in the Big D, yep.
Yep. And the Cowboys are 4 over Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Philly's coming off a big win.
Oh, boy, are they ever.
I don't think they're consistent enough yet to do it 2 in a row. I'm taking Dallas. Dallas coming off the bye. They didn't play last week, did they? I think they might have been off. They might have been their bye week.
I think you're right. Yeah, because
so I'll take Dallas.
Okay, I'm going to go with Philadelphia. I watched that game last week. Boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're doing some good things.
They are.
They're doing some good things.
Yeah, which shows you how many bad things were going on before Chip was sent packing.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football has Minnesota 6-point favorites at Chicago. Monday night, it's going to be cold in Chicago.
It's not going up against the World Series game, is it?
Could be.
Right? No, it's not. I don't think it's not. So anyway, I'm going to take Minnesota on that.
You're going to take Minnie, huh?
Yeah, I think the Bears are dogs.
I do too. But I'm just not ready to put Minnesota up there in the upper class right now.
I'm not either, to be honest with you, but I've got the Bears definitely in the lower class.
The Minnesota defense really didn't play well against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but it has the ability to be dominant. It will bounce back.
I picked Philadelphia.
Okay.
Now, then I shall put this in the file. Now,
I'll make another prediction.
go ahead.
We will not go a combined 20-10 again this week.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I don't.
I had a couple of other things here, but they're just meaningless. Just filler. Well, the World Series.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's
All right.
actually it's a very interesting World Series for a neutral observer. For sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Now, what do you suppose the odds were to start?
To start, I'd have to say the Cubs were favored.
Yep.
Fairly by a decent amount.
They were, you had to bet, to win 100, you had to bet 185 on the Cubs.
Wow.
To win 100, you had to bet 100. To win 160, you had to bet 100 on Cleveland.
Wow, those are pretty tall.
Those are tall odds.
Yeah.
I would not have bet the Cubs. I think the Cubs
Not
will win.
that money.
But
yeah, I said Cubs in 7. So because there's something about this Indians team. Now we have the luxury of having seen Game 1 last night.
Yeah.
That they won with Kluber being just dominant.
Oh, the
Kluber
guy has
in
got
Game 1 just
the best curveball in the American League.
Yeah, and he's like Pedro. He's one of those guys that the hitters know he's going to throw it. And
Yep.
It doesn't matter. They can't hit it.
Now we got Arrieta versus Bauer tonight.
Yeah.
And then
must win for the
Friday
Cubs.
night, Tomlin against Hendricks. And then we got nobody on Saturday against Lackey.
Well, they have announced that it's going to be Kluber.
Kluber
They
coming
announced
back.
that today. Coming back for Game 4.
Well,
And Terry pulled him last night after, 86 pitches?
yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. Once Miller came in and loaded up the bases with nobody out, I was wondering if he was going to come back and bite him, that he pulled him too early.
Yeah.
But the Cubs couldn't get it done. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Miller is a hoss.
Yeah, he is. But at that point, and you got to question him letting David Ross bat with the bases loaded, 2 outs. He's in there because he catches Lester. Lester was out of the game, and he let bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yep.
And he let him hit.
Yeah. And Ross, under
I don't know
the
who they have
best
on the
of
bench, but-
circumstances, is not a good hitter.
Right. He did have a hit earlier in the game, but it was a single.
Come on, that was his hit for the week.
Yeah.
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 The Herald, the staff.
Ah, yes.
Here we go.
The self-proclaimed experts.
Ron Borges, who is going down the tubes, is a right at 2. Indians in 7. Steve Buckley, Indians in 6.
Huh.
Evan Drellich, Cubs in 5.
In 5, Evan is a Cubs fan. Okay.
Jason Mastrodonato, Indians in 7. And Michael Silverman, who is the best writer in the bunch.
He is.
Indians in 7.
Wow, so 4 out of the 5 picked the Indians.
Yeah. And
that's very interesting.
And he said, and basically saying the bullpen has Andrew Miller.
Dominant, absolutely a dominant guy.
Now,
it's to think we had him and Lester. We had those guys.
I know it. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And we spend as much as anybody.
Silverman wrote a good article about buyer's remorse or seller's remorse.
Ah, yes.
John Lester. Yeah, he said that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And maybe Michael Price will come around, or maybe not. But nonetheless, Lester.
Yeah, huge.
You should not have let him go.
You could have signed, at the time, you could have signed Lester and Miller for what you're paying.
That's exactly right.
For what you're paying Price.
And that's what Lester said the other day. Yeah.
Could have signed him and Miller if they had,
yeah.
And that lies at the feet of Larry Lucchino.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
And ultimately John Henry, but
John
it was
Henry
Larry.
also. Theo Epstein, we let him go. No, it was time for him to go.
Says
I don't
who?
see.
Says who?
I don't know. I'm not sure there's any remorse.
It was
over
Larry.
him going.
It was Larry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, it was Larry Lucchino.
But Epstein has said many times that, you should change jobs every 10 years.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to go.
Well, I think he did too.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you couldn't have kept him.
Terry Francona.
It was time for him to go.
It was time for him to go. And I don't think that John Henry wanted to listen to any more from him. Terry had gone over the line.
Yeah, Francona's on record as saying since he was fired, he has never heard one word from John Henry in any form.
Yeah. Anthony Rizzo was dealt for Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Theo got him. He always loved him.
Yep. And Andrew Miller, John Lackey.
It was probably time for Lackey to go.
It was. He didn't like being in Boston. Mike Napoli, he had to go.
Time for him to go.
Yeah. David Ross, well, he would have stayed if Lester had stayed, and Coco Crisp, there's no regret there.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to Lester and Miller, and they were kind of needed to be dealt with in the same time frame.
Yep.
And they didn't get it done with either one of them. And now, if we had those two guys on our team this year, we would be in the World Series.
That's it. I tell you what, we'll go over the report card next time of the players, the individual players on the Red Sox.
Good. That'll give us a little more time to let it season.
Reflect on this.
Yes.
But here's 5 off-season questions for the Red Sox. Do the Red Sox have enough starting rotation depth?
No.
No. You're right. Is it worth trading young talent for a frontline pitcher?
Yes.
Yes. Will Pablo Sandoval win the starting job at third base?
It's possible.
If he loses 35 pounds?
It's possible.
Yeah. Is Koji Uehara the best reliever the Red Sox will sign this winter?
No.
Do the Red Sox have the resources to go after one of the best available designated hitters?
They have the resources.
That's right. Let's rephrase it. Do they have the will to do it?
I don't know. And to me, it's not at the top of the list.
No. Do you know what, though?
Pitching is at the top of the
Well,
list.
yeah, but you know what? I don't give a damn about Pablo, Koji. What I'm concerned about is, should we trade for a frontline pitcher? Mm-hmm. Because we don't have enough depth. But I want another hitter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And the question is, do you have one coming through the system?
No.
Between the combination of Benintendi
Sam
and
Travis.
Moncada.
The
Moncada will be And is the assumption Moncada will be able to contribute next year?
Moncada is out. That ain't going to happen.
Right.
He's out in Arizona.
Right.
He hurt his thumb. And in 21 at-bats, he struck out 9 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you can get a guy like Encarnacion for 1 or 2 years at the most, and you're not going to get him because he's going to want 3.
That's right.
And that's where I got a problem with it, because I think he's going to go downhill, I believe. He's not another David Ortiz. And in that 3-year window, you are going to have Moncada coming into the everyday lineup.
3 years. He's 3 years away.
There's
no
window.
Question about that.
But in that same window, you're going to have Benintendi becoming a big-time player.
That's right.
So offense isn't the problem.
No.
Ultimately.
The big problem now is we're out of time.
Yeah.
So, friends, to hear more about this, tune in again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we will continue to beat this subject to death.
We will indeed. We got all winter to do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I've got plenty to talk about the Bruins, and we're finally going to get to the Celtics.
I'd like to.
That's
okay.
It. All right. So, folks, good night.
Good night now.